Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the next quarter TBR for What the Book Club Read, which is the book club that I run, and we are currently working our way through Margaret Atwood's fiction backlist. We've read 4 books so far this year, and this is obviously the next 4 that we're going to be reading. I do run it predominantly over on Twitter, and the links are always in the description of this video, but I'll also leave links to the announcement video and the TBR for quarter 1 that we've just about finished. I said in the announcement video that I was going to do quarterly wrap-ups as well, but I'm not sure actually how interesting that will be for people that aren't kind of reading along. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a dedicated wrap-up at the end of the year and talk about the 12 books that we've got through over the 12 months. So yeah, if you want to join in, please do. It's a very relaxed one. If you want to dip in and out, read some books and not others, that's totally fine. Like I said, it's run mostly over on Twitter, but I do talk about it on Bookstagram as well. And basically what we do is we all read the same book in the month, and then on the last Saturday of each month I start a private Twitter chat just with the people that have been reading, so we don't flood everybody else's timeline, and we just have a little chat about what we thought, and it's been really fun. I've been really enjoying it, and we've had some really interesting discussions. So yeah, so this is what we're going to be reading for the next 4 months. So in May we will be reading the as usual I've got my notes down here, the 1981 novel Bodily Harm. First of all, how cool is this cover? Also, this was weirdly hard to find. I had to go second hand on Amazon in the end. So, like I said, this is the 1981 novel. I personally think it's the last of Atwood's novels that are purely literary fiction. All the ones that we've read up to now have been very literary fiction heavy, and I think this is the last of those. After this point, we get more into Atwood's kind of genre mixing, and I love when she does that. But this one is one I've not read for ages, and basically we're following a girl who runs away or takes an assignment to a tiny Caribbean island and is confronted by a world where her rules for survival no longer apply. So I'm interested to read this because I know I have read it, but not for years, and I can't remember it all that well, but it looks like it's going to be quite an interesting one. So that's May's pick. And then in June we are reading my very favourite book, The Handmaid's Tale. I'm actually going to be reading this gorgeous, if I hold it the right way up that would help, this gorgeous graphic novel edition that the amazingly kind and generous Kat from Brews and Reviews sent me. Oh, there's the Amazon slip. But this is exactly the same as the novel, but they've just put it into this graphic novel form, and I'm like, how stunning is that artwork? I'm so excited to read this. In case you've been unaware, this was written in 1985 and it's probably Atwood's most famous novel, arguably, and it's a dystopian fiction novel set in the world of Gilead, the town of Gilead, or the country, it's a country not a town, where basically all women's rights have been completely stripped and they are forced into various different roles in society. One of them is the handmaids, who are forced to bear children for the elite classes. I've got a whole video review for this which I will put up here, talking about why it's my favourite novel. It's my favourite book of all time and I'm really excited to read it with everybody. I'm also super excited to read this edition. I've chosen to read this edition because I read the regular novel at least once a year. I've also read it audibly a couple of times, which I would highly recommend if you want to read it that way. There's 2 different editions and both are absolutely fab. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this finally. I was going to just jump in and read it when I got it in March, but I thought no, we'll wait for June when it's Handmaid's Tale time. Then in July we are reading Cat's Eyes, which is from 1988. Was this one gifted as well? No, I think this was... It was, but it was a Christmas present from my husband. This one is about toxic friendships. So it says on the back, Elaine Risley, a painter, returns to Toronto to find herself overwhelmed by her past. Memories of childhood, unbearable betrayals and cruelties surface relentlessly, forcing her to confront the spectre of Cordelia, once her best friend and tormentor, who has haunted her for 40 years. So this is also where we get into the thicker Atwoods. And again, I have read this, but not for a long time, but I'm really excited to read it again, and it's in these lovely editions that I'm managing to collect most of the books in so far, so I've been lucky. And then in August, my birthday month, we are reading The Robber Bride, which was published in 1993, and this has got one of my favourite Atwood characters in it, because this is basically, it's like a murder mystery, it's sort of borderline on a thriller, and we've got this very like femme fatale type character who's one of my favourite Atwood characters, because Atwood obviously does it in her own feminist way. So I'm really excited to read this. This is also like one of the thicker Atwood novels. And was this one gifted? I feel like this one was gifted. Well, maybe it was Robert Bride that Gary bought me. Anyway, I've been very lucky to get lots of these. Yeah, so that is what we're reading for August. So this is the TBR. So Bodily Harm in May, Handmaid's Tale in June. July we're reading Cat's Eyes, and then in August we are reading The Robber Bride. So leave me a comment down below, let me know if you're going to be joining in. You can also just read and like not join in the chat, that's totally cool. I'm just excited to read my favourite author with some of you lovely people. So yeah, leave me a comment, let me know if you're going to join in, let me know if you've read any of these, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye!